Hi, I'm Greg, and welcome to My Gregarious World. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to follow our 30-day adventure in Rome. Your comments and questions are always welcome in the comment section below. We're up early this morning to begin our third day in Rome. After a delicious cup of Italian coffee, we were on our way to a pasta making class. But prior to that, we planned to visit the Basilica of Santa Croce in Jerusalem, which we were passing on the way. As we approached the Piazza di San Giovanni in Laterno, we stopped to see the monument of St. Patrick of Assisi. The monument faces the Basilica of St. John Lateran and depicts St. Francis's arrival in Rome as he offers prayers to the basilica. Then we continued on to our first stop, the Basilica of Santa Croce in Jerusalem. We hope to spend about an hour in this church because it holds many important relics brought back from Jerusalem by Constantine's mother, Saint Helena. Unfortunately, once we entered the church, we were advised that the chapel containing the relics was closed as there was a funeral taking place that morning, and we had to leave. We have to see it another day. We began walking towards our destination and passed through a busy intersection where we got a great view of the Aurelian walls and Porta Maggiore. If you look above the arches of the white travertine gates, you can see two remnants of ancient aqueducts. We walked across an overpass above Termini train station and found we were still early for our class, so we stopped for a cappuccino at a nearby cafe. I couldn't resist ordering a tasty cornetto with lemon cream filling. Then we found our destination, Pastificio Faini. Pastificio Faini is located on a quiet street in the San Lorenzo district of Rome. Although near Termini Station, we found the area to be safe, clean, and trendy with few tourists. We were greeted by Chef Emanuele and Chef Angelo, who directed us to the class kitchen area to choose our workstations. In front of us were the ingredients and tools we would need to prepare our pasta dough. We learned this building was recently restored and the interior space was remodeled to include the original exposed brick ceilings and walls. We felt as if we were in a modern cooking facility intermingled with old-world Italian charm. We were one of the first groups to have class in this ultra-modern new facility. Chef Angelo then showed us how to make the pasta dough.
Now I open large like an hand because if you do very small you have to mix two eggs and they go out. So eggs like large
Then it was time for us to take our flour and eggs and give it a try for ourselves. Thankfully, we always had someone checking on us to see if we had questions. After the dough was ready, we wrapped it in cellophane to rest. While our dough was resting, Chef Emanuele showed us how to prepare the sauce.
Prepare the sauce. So follow me because it's kind of difficult. You take the onion and we do this. We take the basil, we do this. We take the onion, we do this. We take the garlic, we do this. And then we take the tomato and we do this. And the sauce is ready.
Then it was time to make the filling for our ravioli and tortellini. The ingredients we needed, spinach, ricotta, and pecorino cheese, were brought to us. We mixed them together and our filling was ready. The ingredients were very fresh and it made for a filling that tasted amazing. Our pasta dough was well rested and it was time to learn how to roll out the dough. Chef Angelo showed us how to use a pasta machine, but we also all had to learn how to do it with a simple rolling pin.
little bit of flour on the top of the pasta. We take the rolling pin and we simply push in the middle and we go front. Turn a quarter, push, front, push, front.
It took some effort, but the end product was a very thin, almost translucent sheet of pasta dough. Then it was time for a break. Chef Emanuele and Chef Angelo brought out an appetizer of cubed pecorino and Parmesan cheese. It was time for music and a toast while enjoying a delicious glass or two of Prosecco. Afterwards, we were ready to learn how to make our ricotta-filled ravioli and tortellini.
Big strip of pasta we put in front of us like this, and now filling. We take the filling with the spoon, so all the filling with the spoon, and with the stick we simply put down in the edge. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and we do 4. Okay. Once we have this, we do something very difficult. Look at me. We do.
Chef Emanuele showed us how to make traditional square-shaped ravioli, as well as a more romantic heart-shaped ravioli using a heart-shaped cutter. We then took half of our sheet of pasta and began trying to fill and make ravioli and tortellini on our own. It was a lot of fun, and I think we did a good job. Next, we took the other half of our rolled-out pasta dough and learned to hand-cut our fettuccine. Then everybody's pasta and ravioli was collected and taken to the kitchen where the chefs and their assistants would combine all our handmade pastas and prepare our lunch. We were seated in a beautifully set dining room and were offered white or red wine, then salute to a job well done and wonderful meal ahead. First, we were served the red marinara sauce using the same simple recipe Chef Emanuele taught us in class. It was so flavorful, the best red sauce I've ever had. The ravioli and tortellini that the entire class made was also fantastic. Then it was time to learn to make one of the 4 sauces Rome is known for, cacio e pepe.
Cacio e pepe is just pecorino, cacio is pecorino, the salty cheese that you taste before with the prosecco, and pepper, and water. Pecorino is from sheep and pepper.
We were then served the cacio e pepe sauce with the fettuccine we all made. The chefs added in some of their own mushroom-flavored fettuccine. Both sauces were delicious, and we were surprised by their simplicity. For dessert, Chef Angelo showed us how to make a quick, express tiramisu. All done in front of the group, it was made in no time and of course was delicious. Then it was time to leave and we had to say goodbye. We learned much about making our own pasta, met some great people from all over the world, and had one of the best authentic Italian meals during our 30 days in Rome. I highly recommend this class to anyone visiting Rome. I was so inspired by this pasta making class that we stopped at a little houseware shop on the way back and purchased a rolling pin, and I've used it a few times since we've been home. It was a beautiful day in Rome, and we stopped for an Aperol Spritz at the B Bar on Via Tiburtina. It wasn't the best looking spritz we've had in Rome, but it quenched our thirst prior to finding the last stop for the day, the Basilica of San Pietro in Vincoli. St. Peter in Chains is a beautiful basilica near the Colosseum. This is one of the most important churches of early Rome, and is known for Michelangelo's masterpiece, the Statue of Moses, as well as the chains that held St. Peter during his incarcerations. As you walk down the steps under the baldachin, you can view these chains. It is traditionally believed that the chains that bound St. Peter during his imprisonment in Jerusalem were miraculously joined together with the chains that held him in Rome before his crucifixion. To the right of the altar, you can view Michelangelo's Moses. The statue of Moses was to be part of the tomb of Pope Julius II, and his tomb was supposed to be Michelangelo's life's work. However, the Pope died, the money ran out, and the project stopped. But you can still see this masterpiece with Moses front and center, virtually tourist-free, right here. Please hit the subscribe button so you'll be notified when Day 4 in Rome becomes available. Day 4 will include the Jewish Ghetto, Chapel of the Bambino, the Forum at Night, and more.